hooked up too good. Hooked up too well, please. Yeah, I know that. Welcome back to the Bellophone Channel's Gizmology Laboratory. And today, I will be showing you how I make the Fipple assemblies for these bottles, for the bottle organ I'm in the process of building here. So, let's get over to the workbench and let's get going. Come on. Let's see, we take one from column A, one from column B, and one from column C, and a Fipple. Nice one. So we have the neck clamp, the Fipple clamp, the strut, and of course the Fipple itself. A beautiful piece of engineering. This is formed out of a piece of clear, rigid PVC. It's not that stretchy kind. It's hard plastic. But it is a thermoplastic, which means you can form it with heat. I'm heating up a piece of this plastic over my heat gun. Ow! It's getting flexible. It's soft enough now. I'm going to take my forming die, put it in there, and squeeze it just about that much. And I'm going to lock it in place with this little clamp. And I'll let it cool. Here's what that piece looks like inside there. Here's a light for you. I'll give you a glim in a jiff. You can't see it, can you? No. No, you can't. This thing's cool now. I'm going to take it out of the clamp. Now there's that end squashed down. It's smaller than I'm going to want it. So what I do is I'll now cut it back just enough till that opening is just how large I want it. Cutting off the end now, sir. Now let's see if we got what we need. Oh, that's just right. Filing. Lastly, some 400 grit wet or dry paper to polish the end and get all the burrs and fuzz off there. Brusha. There we go. That's another one done. Next, I'll show you how I make some of this hardware. I'm going to choose the neck clamp as an example. I have to bend this and punch the holes. I want it to fit on the bottle just right. So there's enough clearance in here for the nut that's going to be inside there, but not too much slop. So how do I get that bent to the right size? Well, I'm going to start off with a piece of steel strapping here. This is 20 mil, that's 20 thousandths of an inch. It's called half hard. It's pretty stiff, but not too stiff to bend. And the first thing I'm going to do is just square up the end here. And I'll just nip the little corners off there, save filing later. There we go. Now I want to punch this in the middle so I can find the center. I made a little jig here. Now with that mark punched center, I can find that center with the center point of the punch itself, so I don't have to line this up by eye, which is impossible. It always comes out off center, but this way it's centered because it seeks that little hole down with the handle, and boom, there's your hole. I love this punch. This is so cool. Ba-boom. Just to digress for a minute, I want to show you this punch. This is really cool. It can go through 1/8 inch steel. Oh, for this I need the stripper bar. And there it is. Here's a close-up of this punch, putting a 3/16 hole in a piece of 1/8 inch bar steel. And to get the punch out, use the stripper bar, and it pulls it out. Is that cool or what? Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program. Now back to making this neck clamp. I've got the hole punched in the strapping. I'll take my parallel jaw pliers here with a flat jaw. I'll show about a 1/2 moon of that hole there. That's about the right distance. Make sure it's square in the jaw, and I'm going to bend about 45 degrees, not all the way yet. So there's the first bend. Now I have a little gauge here which shows just about how much length I want for that bend. That was all trial and error. I'll make a little mark here, and now I'll make my next bend on the mark. And there we have it. Okay, here's that nifty gauge again. Right in there. About that far. There, punching now, sir. Over here at my bending jig, I'll clamp this in right at the edge of that bend, and this stuff is light enough. I don't need that fixture to bend it. I can just do it around by hand. There's one side. Hey, get in there. Flip them over. Other side. And there it is. Let's go over and see if I did this right. All right, here's that one I just bent, and it fits just right. How happy that makes me. There we go. So there are all the pieces for one organ bottle assembly, and you put them all together to make a thing like this. There's 2 nuts on each joint here. The inside nuts hold the angle of the strut, and the outside nuts clamp the bottle and the Fipple respectively. And this will be hooked up to the down tube there, the feed tube, and away we go. So here's a few of them, all done and assembled. And when I get this thing done, I'm fixing to play you all a little song. So until that time comes, take care everybody, and thanks for watching.